Yo, what's going on, guys? How are you doing today? It is Monday, and in case you couldn't tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a new series, and this series is called My Freshman Year. Now, if you couldn't tell already, this series is going to be about basically how I'm feeling throughout my freshman year, just raw footage of it, not like cut footage, edited footage, anything like that. I mean, it's going to be compiled if I do cuts and stuff like that, and maybe some music here and there, but as far as like scripts and stuff like that goes, there's not a bit of it, okay? And honestly, I just want to be honest with you guys, stuff like that. So that's what this series is about. And it's also about me basically coming to you guys, telling you how I feel throughout this. And I'm going to be very open and honest, like I said. And that way maybe you guys can relate to it. It's just something out there. I'm just putting this out there for you guys to relate to. That way, you know, if you're going into high school and you're going to be a freshman, and, you know, I've already made all my videos, you know, you'll have something to kind of relate to. You'll know at least somewhat what it's going to be like. So I just kind of wanted to share this with you guys. So right now you'll see it below. The title of the video is My Freshman Year, Day 1/Introduction. Now what I'm saying with that is I'm introducing the new series to my channel. And it's also my very first episode because I had my first day of school today. And honestly, I'm just going to start up with the whole, episode with my freshman year. So that was basically the introduction. But honestly, at first it was nerve-wracking. I was a bit, nervous about it, and I didn't really know what to expect. I had been to the orientation day, which was last Thursday, which really helped me know where my classes are and my school. It's 2 levels, and I didn't know if my classes were going to be on one level and my other classes were going to be on another level, or if they were all going to be on one level. I didn't know how to get around, where the different classes were, stuff like that, and I was nervous. I mean, wouldn't you be? But I'm really glad I did the orientation, because if I hadn't done it, I would have been a wreck today. I would not have known where I was going or anything like that. And honestly, I do feel bad for the people who couldn't make it to the orientation, because I really do feel like it would have helped a lot. Now, as far as my first day, so let me go ahead and run you through what happened from when I woke up to when school ended. And I'm just going to be telling you guys my emotions, stuff like that, how I was feeling. So let's get right to it. So when I woke up, I mean, as anyone would pretty much feel, unless you love school, which I'm not a huge fan of school, but anyways, as anybody would feel probably, I was really sad that my summer was over. It was first day back to school. I was glad to see my friends and all, but I was just kind of sad the summer was over. And that's okay, but it was just sad. It is what it is. But I then ended up getting up, and I was ready to go. I got dressed and everything, and I went downstairs, and my mom made me some breakfast in the morning, and we were just talking. I was talking to her, how I felt, how I was kind of nervous, how I felt like the orientation day really helped me out. And helped me out in the sense, like I said earlier, it really helped me know where, everything was, stuff like that. And I wasn't going in basically with a blindfold on, wondering, oh, where's this, where's that? And it being really hectic with a ton of people there and stuff like that. So that really did help. So I was talking to her about that, and she really did help me out, just, because sometimes it kind of helps just to talk about it with someone, just kind of get it out. So that really did help a lot, I feel like. And then I got on the bus after we did, first day pictures and stuff. Then I got on the bus, and when I got on the bus, I just really didn't know what to expect as far as, I knew what the bus was like because I ended up accidentally riding that bus. It was last year we had like a snow day, and the bus was really early on the 2-hour delay, and I ended up missing it because I didn't even hear it go by when it was really early. Anyways, I had to ride the high school bus, so I knew what the bus would be like. I knew it was quiet and everything, and I was glad, because I don't like a ton of commotion, especially not when I'm first going into something for the first time. So it really helped that it was all quiet and stuff like that. I had time to just kind of think, just, think to myself really. But then when I arrived at school, and I was just kind of feeling, like I said earlier, I was feeling nervous. Now you're gonna hear me saying, I was feeling nervous, stressed, stuff like that a lot in this vlog. But honestly, you might be like, well, that's kind of repetitive, but that's just how I was feeling. And honestly, I feel like most people would feel that way. But like I said, though, I felt kind of stressed out. I wasn't really knowing what to expect because the orientation day was only me going through my different classes and my schedule and stuff like that. So I go in, and right off the bat, there are people handing out stuff, saying, oh, join this club, stuff like that. Which, it was fine and all, but honestly, for my first day, especially with, being a new school, everything like that, I would kind of prefer it being something more along the lines of, you get in there, and you just you have a little more of, I'm going to say guidance, in the sense that you're basically not told where to go, but people kind of like help you out in the sense like, oh yeah, you're going to this hall, that's over there, or you're going over there, okay, that's down this hallway, you make a right, okay, yeah, okay, right now you're supposed to be in this area. But there wasn't really any of that, so everyone was just kind of crowded, just talking for a bit, and then eventually the crowd just kind of broke up and everyone went to advisory, which is just where you go for the first week, for like the first, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. I don't really time it. But anyways, so we broke off and we did that. And like I said, I knew where my classes were, so I wasn't really struggling with that. But I went to advisory, and then they gave me a new schedule, which was pretty much the exact same as my old one. And I was like, well, why are they giving me like a new schedule? Because I was feeling like I was, like, kind of like I said earlier, left in the dark, in the sense that I didn't know like why they were giving me a new schedule, if there was a specific reason for it, if I had like new information or something like that, if some specific stuff had turned around or changed or whatever. I didn't know. It hadn't though, and I was happy about that. But I had a few friends that did, and they weren't too happy because they didn't know really where their classes were at that point. But so then I went to my first class, which was PE, and that was pretty calm, pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Relaxed, I guess. We just kind of sat in the auditorium, or in the bleachers, and just kind of played on our phones while they talked to us about it, about like the year and stuff like that, what we were going to be doing, and then they showed us the locker rooms and stuff like that. So that was pretty relaxing and stuff like that. Gave me time to just kind of take everything in. And then my next class was English, and we basically, went around the room talking, stuff like that, just basically saying things about ourselves, what we like, something that describes us in a way. And that was fun-ish, I guess. It wasn't really something that was like, oh, I can't wait to do this again. No, it was just, one of those things. So when that was over, we pretty much just logged into our computers, changed our passwords, basic stuff. And then we went to, I want to say, math, yes. Then I went to math. And in math, we didn't really do a ton, but we did study a little bit and worked on some actual math. Even though it was the first day, we did work on math because we actually have a quiz tomorrow, which is my second day, and you'll hear about that tomorrow, probably. So I was, like, well, that's kind of weird, we have a quiz on the second day, but okay. As high school, stuff can be different, more demanding and stuff like that. Stuff starts to really count. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So then, after we had worked on that and stuff, I think I got the material down. In fact, I just finished my homework, which was finishing up some of the classwork we didn't get to finish. And I finished that up just before I started up this vlog. And it wasn't all that bad. It was pretty easy, I feel like, once they taught it to us. Again-ish. We had learned it before, but, you just kind of forget stuff over the summer. But we did that, and then we went to, what was it? It was, geography, I believe. I believe that was it, yeah. It was history. I'm just calling it history. Anyways, we went to history. And our school, they say, oh, we're technology friendly, which is great. I was, really happy about that. But in every single one of my classes, they were telling us, keep your phones off all the time, keep your phones put away, everything like that. And then when I went into history, they had these little baggies for us to put our phones in and then leave them at the corner of our desk, which I was like, what's the point of, telling us that we can, have our technology out and in use if you're just going to tell us to put it away and not use it. But they did tell us that, so I'm just going to ask them about that tomorrow. And you guys will get an answer about that tomorrow, probably. So, that was that. History wasn't all that fun. We did a 50-question exam on what we're going to learn. It was more like a pretest in the sense, like, oh, we know this much about what we're about to learn, and then they can focus more on what people don't know. That way, you learn more of what you don't know rather than what you already know. That way you can get the most in, because you don't have a ton of time during the year to fit everything in about every topic. So we went through that, and that was pretty much the end of the day. And honestly, throughout the day, I just felt really, I felt like it was getting easier in the sense that I wasn't as nervous or anything. I felt much better about it. And tomorrow I have 4 different classes, and then the day after that I'm back to the classes I took today, and then the day after that, classes I take tomorrow again, and so on. It's an A-day, B-day schedule. A-day is a set of 4 classes, B-day is another set of a different 4 classes, which was the same way for me in middle school, but I mean it was that way, and the classes I'm taking are longer. So, ow, just bit my lip. Anyways, so that was that, and honestly, I was feeling a ton of mixed emotions throughout the day. Mostly that it was getting better, honestly. And I feel like if you're gonna take anything away from this video, it should be this: on your first day of your freshman year, or before your first day even, if you're nervous about it, you don't really need to be, because if you do, like say you do the orientation like I did, or whatever they call it, or if you guys even don't have that, well, if you have, let me start with that, if you do have it, great, definitely do it, and it's so worth it, trust me, it really is. But if you don't have it, that's okay, just ask questions, because I mean they've seen everything. They've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids go through that school in the same situation you're in, so just feel free to ask questions. That's what I would do. And honestly, just make sure that you're, like I said, asking questions about what you need to know and what you know already. If somebody asks you something, be sure you can, help them out, because, you ask someone, you'd like it if they helped you, obviously. So yeah, be sure you can help other people as well. So that's what you guys should really take away from this vlog, if nothing else. So I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. This was my very first day of my freshman year. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and have a good day.